this is Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for All New X-Men Special Issue 1. This is connected to actually another series, another, I guess, event, which is called The Arms of the Octopus. So actually let's do with Dr. Octopus. And then we'll get the next story in Indestructible Hulk and the last one in Spider-Man Team-Up Special. So that's a little weird. So I was actually curious with this issue because I was like, how are they going to connect these really titles that have nothing to do with each other? I get the Spider-Man title because it's Dr. Octopus, but how did he even put in All New X-Men? So I was kind of curious with that, and that's why I picked it up. And honestly, I was going to pick up All New X-Men Special anyways because I pick up the series, so I guess I'm glad that's a story arc and not just a one-shot. You know, with specials, either they're good one-shots or they continue a story arc. And with this, they're continuing a story arc, and usually Marvel doesn't do that. I guess they're going with the DC trend with what they do with Green Lantern all the time and other stories. Before I start talking about All New X-Men Special, I just want to give you guys a little update. Yes, my videos are up a little earlier just because it's my birthday today, so I want to get stuff done, and I was able to read a lot of my comics yesterday, so yes, my videos are up a little early. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Also have, of course, some exclusive comics for Dark Avenger Inc.'s Comic Uno episode 16, which are, we have Lazarus issue 4, which is a digital comic I got. Then we have Earth 2, issue 16. Morning Glories, issue 32. Green Arrow, issue 24. And then the Superior Foes of Spider-Man, issue 4. So if you want to go check out those issues and those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 16, which will be annotated. But let's talk about All New X-Men Special, issue 1. Love this cover. I think it's a really cool cover. Probably the best cover, I think, from this week. You know, there are some pretty cool covers, but I love this type of coloring, painted style. I think it works here. So, and then we have, I think, Hulk in the background. I don't know who this is, but I think it's Hulk. But yeah, pretty cool. Let's see what's going on with the story, though. So we get to see, actually, the First Class X-Men. They're still in the present. They're, you know, this is probably before Battle of the Atom. Definitely before Battle of the Atom. So we get to see them just exploring New York, you know, having some laughs about it and see what's different about present New York and then past New York. And then Beast meets this girl who's a scientist, and she likes time travel, and she learns that he's a mutant, so they go to a science lab that he used to go to college to, Empire State College. So they are exploring more about time travel, seeing if his teacher remembers him. But of course there's problems. Dr. Octopus pretty much goes straight into this this laboratory because he wants Dr. Jude's help, which is actually the doctor that the girl in Beast has as a teacher. So, shocker, Dr. Octopus is here. Why is that happening? Let's just say it's more time travel. So we get to see them. They have a little bit of a fight. Of course, Superior is like, oh no, Dr. Octopus. So he goes to help the X-Men try to defeat Dr. Octopus. And now they're going to try to figure out how do we send back Dr. Octopus to his time. And since it has to do with gamma radiation, it's connected to the Hulk. Which I never knew gamma radiation had to do with time travel, but I guess it does. And the Hulk is related to this. Honestly, it's a weird issue because I had a lot of fun with it. In that perspective, it was a good issue. But there's a lot of things that didn't make sense here. Let's go through the things that kind of didn't make sense here. First is Dr. Octopus seems so out of place here, and I think that's the one problem that I thought was going to happen with these special story arc is that it would feel out of place, and it did feel out of place. Like, where the hell is Dr. Octopus coming from? I like that Superior is connected to this. He actually was a lot likable here, even though he had his little arrogance, but it worked here. So I guess Michael Bendis, no, Mike Costa. Well, he did a really good job with Spider-Man. It felt like Superior. It felt different, but wasn't so arrogant that you couldn't really handle him. And the dialogue was actually really good for him in this issue, so I applaud Costa for writing a good Superior, because that's kind of hard to do. So he connected, sure, but Dr. Octopus was just really way out there. And one problem I actually had with the love interest, you know, she's also a likable character here, but she has problems. One problem is that her major is about time travel, but she doesn't know who Beast is. You know, the whole First Class X-Men has been all over the news. We've seen that in All New X-Men. We've seen that in other X-Men titles. That everyone knows that the First Class X-Men are in the present. So it's kind of weird someone who's studying time travel doesn't know who the First Class X-Men are. So that was one of my biggest problems. I'm like, shouldn't you know this more than anybody? And it's been prominent that the public knows about these X-Men. And also they've been popping up everywhere, so obviously they know about these X-Men. And in previous issues of All New X-Men, it's been told that people know. So I thought that was kind of weird that she had no clue. So either she's very stupid or she just wasn't written well. That's really my only big complaints, though, which I guess could be a big complaint. So I had a lot of fun with the beginning of the issue, because I just had a lot of fun with them just being in New York, trying to figure it all out, and then seeing the present day of New York, and everyone talking and saying that, oh, but they don't actually care if people are listening to our conversations. So I had a lot of fun with the beginning part. You know, Beast trying to get a girl, I had a lot of fun with that, so I liked that perspective of it, and then her actually liking mutants was cool. But then the second half is where it got a little confusing for me, a little uninteresting for me. Does it make me want to pick up the next Indestructible Hulk issue? No, I just feel like it's not worth $5 to get the next Indestructible Hulk issue. But this was an okay issue. I gotta say, I liked it for being an all new X special. Wished it didn't add Dr. Octopus because I think this would have been a lot better of an issue if it wasn't that story arc. So I am going to give it 3.5. Again, there's a lot of good things here, but then there's a lot of bad things here too. And also the art is pretty good for every character except Beast. Like, every character is like, oh cool, you know, thin-lined, very colorful type art. Then you get to see Beast. His neck looks so weird here. And there's even worse pictures here, but Beast just does not fit with this type of art because they just made him so bulky and his neck just doesn't fit his body. So I thought that was kind of weird, but everyone else was pretty drawn pretty well, so I give it a 3.5. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the right situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.